Welcome back. This morning, we're giving a voice to victims as the mother of Harmony Montgomery is trying to get some justice for her daughter. We've got some new information surfacing about the Child Protective Services worker who was supposed to be keeping Harmony safe. Demetrius Saros is central to the lawsuit filed by Harmony's biological mother, and he was sent to investigate claims that Harmony was being abused. You remember seeing him testify. That's him. He allegedly failed to interview Harmony and her father, Adam Montgomery, for weeks after the report was made that Harmony had been beaten by Adam. Here he is testifying during Adam's trial.
I did notice a small red mark under one of her eyes and some redness, a little discoloration in the eye that was closest to that.
Did the defendant tell you anything regarding how that injury occurred?
He did. He said that he had bought the kids, he had two younger children, he bought the kids like foam swords or lightsabers, and that they were playing with them, and that Harmony was struck in the face, in the eye, and that's how she got that mark.
So now we're learning that Saros was twice removed from his positions over a domestic violence conviction that was later annulled, and also a separate complaint over sexual harassment. What do you think about this? This guy kept his job. After all that, kept his job. I have another clip of him. You may remember this, again, testifying in the trial. Apparently, Adam was claiming that Harmony was with her mother. Remember all this? Remember a lot of the pointing the finger and trying to hide the ball? Let's take a look at what he testified to.
He had told me that Harmony was now living with her biological mother.
Do you recall the specifics of what he said about how she came to be with her biological mother?
He had said that she was having visits with her mother, and again, I'd have to probably look at my notes again, but I believe due to their unstable housing situation that Harmony ended up staying with her mom.
Did you follow up with Crystal Sorey?
I did make an attempt. I called, and I believe I left a voicemail.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe this guy was the last one to see Harmony or put eyes on her, did the last check, I believe. It's been a while since that trial took place, but this guy's certainly in the hot seat right now. People wondering, why did he keep his job? Could he have done more for Harmony? It seems like she was disserved in every possible way she could have been. A little Harmony didn't stand a chance, it seems to me. I want to bring in now a very special guest. She calls it a cruel injustice. She wrote a book about Harmony's case called A Cruel Injustice. And she got to know about the case from presiding over the adoption for Harmony's little brother, Jameson, retired juvenile court judge, constitutional law expert, and author Carol Erskine on the show. One of the nicest and brightest people on the planet. Judge, it's so great to see you. Our viewers have just fallen in love with you really through so much work that you've done for Harmony, advocating for her, this book, collaborating with Blair and Jonathan Miller to try to get some justice for Harmony. And you're not getting a penny from this book. You're donating all the profits, I know, to the Dave Thomas Foundation for adoption. Let's start with your reaction to this news about Mr. Saros. What do you think about the fact that he kept his job, Judge?
Oh my gosh, I'm stunned that he kept his job. I mean, you really, what we're looking at is a man who moved from job to job, position to position within the state system. They just moved him around. Every time he got in trouble, basically what happened is he would appeal and they would say, okay, we'll put you somewhere else. And so first he's a police officer. He's completely decertified as a police officer. And after he's decertified, what do? They move him into the Department of Youth Services, where he meets Adam Montgomery. And then he runs into trouble there, sexual harassment claims. there. He appeals that, and he had already lost his job as a police officer and decertified over domestic violence. And where do they move him? To the Department of Children and Youth Families in the department to deal with child abuse cases. It's absolutely shocking. It's stunning. It's just hard to believe that it could happen this way.
It really is, Judge. This poor child, could she have been disserved any more throughout her short lifetime? It is just so stunning to me. I know it is to you as well. I have another clip I want to play for you, please, Judge. This is from the trial. The prosecutor asking Sorrows about where Harmony was living. Let's take a look.
Did you see him put Harmony in that duffel bag?
Yes.
How did he put her in there, Kayla?
He folded her in half and put her in the double bag. Okay, not the clip I was just referencing, but oh, what a good clip. Let's talk a little bit about Kayla. My goodness, her role in all this. Judge, how do you view Kayla? I don't know if I have ever asked you that question.
Yeah, I mean, I think I write a little bit about her in the book. There's sort of a dichotomy there between her being a victim because he was so abusive to her. I mean, you saw the pictures of her at the trial. But, you know, of course, the other side in the chapter I call Stepmother or Stepmonster is for the whole time he's driving down Elm Street in Manchester and reaching back and pounding Harmony in the head, punching her and punching her and punching her while she's moaning and until she stopped breathing. And Kayla Montgomery never did anything. She never stopped it. She never got out of the car to ask for help. And she knew that Adam had given Harmony a black eye when the social worker went to the house that first day. Of course, he didn't see Harmony. He lied about that to New Hampshire investigators, but he did see Kayla that day, and she herself lied about it. She knew Harmony was being abused and beaten by her husband and said nothing to the social worker.
It is just infuriating hearing this. All these people, you know, not doing their jobs, you know, whether it's, you know, a job in Child Protective Services or a job, you know, as a wife and stepmother, not doing your job in protecting that beautiful child. Judge, what do you expect will happen with this lawsuit that Harmony's biological mother has filed? How do you see this playing out in court?
Well, I think the lawsuit gives everybody a real look at what was happening behind the scenes. That's one of the most, I think, important aspects to this lawsuit. I mean, it really is eye-opening. And from my perspective in reading it, my question is, why isn't the Attorney General or the District Attorney in Manchester filing child endangerment charges against the social worker? Because the standard in New Hampshire is for child endangerment, knowingly endangering a child and in doing so purposefully, by violating your duty of care and protection. I mean, based on that definition, it's really distressing to me that they know all this and that it's in the case notes. I mean, because even if you look at the very, very first day he went there and lied about the fact that he saw Harmony and examined her, then basically he endangered her by not examining her and seeing that black eye, which he didn't see for many days afterwards. And he had a duty of care, which he violated by not following the policy and examining her and then notifying the child protection team and the Manchester police. And there are a dozen other times that he did not follow through with his duty of care. And so, you know, I think this raises the specter of why isn't anybody looking at the potential for criminal charges here? Because what happened is, in my view, is criminal in nature, because this was, I think, the last opportunity for Harmony to live. He was the gatekeeper. He was her last opportunity to really save her from the man who eventually beat her to death in the back seat of that car.
Brilliant analysis, Judge Erskine. This is really something that our viewers can watch for. I'm assuming they're still within the statute of limitations, right, that they could do this even though we're going back a ways.
Yeah, it's hard to know
Sure.
whether it's still in the statute of limitations, and so that might be something that is raised as a possibility. I'm not sure what the statute of limitation is. You're right; it happened in 2019, and all this is just coming up now. But this was Harmony's last chance, in my view, and it's just so distressing.
Oh, you're so right. Excellent analysis from you as always. And so we're looking at about 5 years. You know, it very well could be within that statute. You know, and look, everybody needs to be held accountable for what happened to this precious child. And this is certainly something to watch. You've given us some great information, Judge. We'll think about this and be watching as Mr. Soros sits in the hot seat for a while for what he did and didn't do for precious Harmony. Judges, we thank you and say goodbye, and we'll see you again sometime soon. I want to show everybody the cover of your book. Here it is. A Cruel Injustice, and this is all about the systemic failures that led to precious Harmony's death. Judge Erskine knows the case so well, from becoming, you know, you've become almost like family to Blair and Jonathan Miller's family with the adoption of little Jamison, Harmony's brother. And as we go to break, let's take a moment to remember Harmony Montgomery. Here's her picture, gone far too soon at just 5 years of age. And we hope her story will help save a life.